Welcome back to the Color Cup. I'm Arbor Andy, and today I'm going to show you a team that works really well in Color Cup and potentially in Open Great League. First of all, we have toxapex in the lead with Poisson Jab, Brine, and Sludge Vive. Then we have Trevenant with Shadowclaw, Seed, I can't say that word on YouTube, and Shadow Ball. Then we have Tropius in the back with Air Slash, Leaf Blade, and Aerial Ace. This team is an AABA team. It's got A for coverage, A for bulk, B for safety, and A for consistency. In the Open Great League, it is a DABA team where we do get the D for coverage just because it's Open Great League. There's more of a hodgepodge of Pokemon, but let's get into some of the battles and see how we do. It is a standard ABB team where we are weak to electric in the front and good against it in the back. Our first match is into a Seadra. I have one of these built, so they are kind of fun to use, but we're going to put the grass on the water, and they respond with Galvantula. This is okay. We resist the volt switches, and the lunges actually do neutral. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the Shadow Ball and guarantee a shield with Trevenant. The opponent reaches a move. This could be the lunge and debuff us. I'm going to let it go through, but they're actually running cross poison. It actually does neutral because the ghost resists and the grass takes super effective. This next cross poison will KO us. Cross poison can also get the boost, but they don't get the boost, and from this range I'm just going to double Seed Bomb Galvantula. Seed Bomb will take out the Galvantula, but the Galvantula is pretty squishy, and we get one through. That volt switch will not register, and Trevenant will take shield and switch advantage. Then we see the Seadra come back in, we get Dragon Breath down. Now I could come in here with Tropius, but I know that because I've built a Seadra, they are running Aurora Beam, so I come in with the Toxapex because we resist both the water and the ice moves. We don't resist the Dragon Breaths, but Toxapex is pretty bulky. Taking that Aurora Beam like it's nothing, I'm going to overfarm a little bit. Actually, throw the Sludge Wave. Never mind what I said there, but this Sludge Wave will be taking care of the Seadra. I wasn't sure how much a Brine would do, and I wanted to guarantee the KO, and we're met with a Feraligatr. They can only throw Ice Beam here, but they surrender because they probably had Crunch, and we take the win. Next, we don't have that great of a lead up against the Mud Boy, so we have to swap into Tropius here. They stand to build up a little bit of energy. We will have to watch for that Blizzard later on, but we're met with a Dedenne here. This is kind of neutral because our Leaf Blades will do heavy neutral damage to the Dedenne. The Thundershocks and the Discharge will do neutral to us because of the Flying and Grass type. The Discharge doesn't do that much damage, so we can go ahead and throw the Leaf Blade here and guarantee a shield. Tropius is pretty tanky as well, so it's another great safe swap. These Air Slashes are resisted though, but I'm not terribly worried. They're not even building up to the Play Rough at all either, so they're just going straight Discharge. Play Rough would do more, but I think it is more energy efficient to go for the Discharge. However, they are going to have to force the second shield here or let Dedenne go. They get the second shield, and we're going to shield one of these. So we're down 2-0 shields on the Dedenne. We're going to outpace and reach the next Leaf Blade, but I violently swap into Toxapex there and try to lure that Whiscash out because we still need our grass types. They're down shields here, so this Mud Bomb is going to chunk away at the Toxapex here. The Mud is super effective to the poison, but the Brine here is going to be neutral due to Whiscash's ground typing, but Brine is not that great of a move. They're at another Mud Bomb, and we can still let it go through. Toxapex is pretty tanky, the Mud Bomb still chipping away. We're not going to get to the next Brine, so I'm just prepared to let Toxapex go down here. The opponent is going to throw because we could have got to another Brine, but that's okay. We can let Toxapex go down, and I knew I was close to a Leaf Blade here. I can come in with the Tropius, and they didn't quite reach the Blizzard here either, so this Mud Bomb doesn't even KO Tropius, and we get the Leaf Blade off, and they win CMP, but that's okay. This Leaf Blade was 4 times effective to the Mud Boy, but they actually swap in the Dedenne, so good move on them. I'm going to violently swap into Trevenant again. I don't know why I'm saying violently, but aggressively. Try to get the Seed off and take out the Whiscash, and the final Pokemon is a Jumpluff. Now we are going to have to watch out for the acrobatics here. They surrender, and that is a good game. Into our next match here. Kind of a neutral lead because the poison jabs aren't doing super effective against Magcargo, but on the bright side we do resist the fire moves. They can get to a rock tomb before us, so our attack will be lowered and the brines won't do as much, despite being 4 times effective against Magcargo's rock and fire type. Somehow an Incinerate gets through there. I thought I threw right on the move, so either I'm wrong or Niantic still needs to fix their game, because we just let 5 moves through by throwing there. So I know we can survive the next Rock Tomb here. I know our attack is going to be 2 stages debuffed now, but this Brine is still going to hurt Macargo. I don't think this quite KOs yet. They decide to shield anyways. Totally okay with that. And I might even shield here because I might be able to reach the next Brine. I'm okay going even shields here. They actually go for the overheat, so they lower their attack. We get to the Brine and don't chance it, and this will be taking care of the Macargo or getting their final shield. Goodbye Macargo, and we see a Victory Bell come in. I violently swap into Trevenant, but we're met with a Talonflame, and Talonflame is just melting us away. He's just having a bonfire on us here, but we can guarantee a shield with the Shadow Ball. Trevenant is great, as everyone knows, and we're not able to reach the next Seed Bomb. They actually throw here. They could have thrown one more Incinerate, but we would have got to our Seed Bomb. That's okay. We can come in here with Toxapex and tank their Incinerates. I will have to shield here because that, despite being resisted, that Flame Charge is about 3 times boosted by now. So we're going to get to the Brine here and guarantee the KO to get the Talonflame out of here because Tropius doesn't want to see it. We also have to hope that this Victory Bell does not have Sludge Bomb because we're not going to get to move before they do. I could have thrown the Leaf Blade here, but it's double resisted. I know Shadow Vic is pretty glass. Do they have Sludge Bomb? No, they do not. It's just an Acid Spray, and we Air Slash down for the win. Hopping into the next match, we lead Toxapex into Shiftry, a perfect lead for us. The Poison will be super effective. They instantly swap, and we're met with a Pelipper. This is okay with me. I know the wing attacks are super effective, but our Leaf Blades hit actually pretty heavy on Pelipper here. So we're going to guarantee some shields here. They do decide to shield the first one. They should actually shield the second one, but because we have Air Slash and not Razor Leaf, either or, they do have to shield because the damage would add up. We correctly shield the Hurricane and get to the next Leaf Blade. This will guarantee another shield from Pelipper because it will be getting them pretty low and farm down range, so they decide to get the second shield. I'm totally okay here. Do we get to the next Leaf Blade? We do not. But the Pelipper also only made it to a Weather Ball, so they're going to bait us here, which is unfortunate. And they're just going to throw another Weather Ball for some chip damage because they know they're going down. Any damage is chip damage. We get the Leaf Blade and get one more wing attack. That kind of hurts. But this Leaf Blade will be taking care of the Pelipper once and for all. And have to see what they decide to come in with because they don't want to come in here with the Shiftry. They actually come in here with a Togedemaru. So are we able to get to the Leaf Blade? Not quite. And I know this is just a Fell Stinger, but we're pretty low where Tropius is going to go down. Totally okay with me. Their attack rises, so I was kind of worried here that they might have Gyro Ball. I just want to build up to the Shadow Ball and guarantee the KO here. So moment of truth, what moves are they running? They are trying to Fell Stinger again for some reason. I guess they're not familiar with Ghost Resisting Bug. So Shadow Ball takes care of the Togedemaru, and we can come back in with the Toxapex and Poison Jab the Shiftry. They have to get to at least 3 moves here, because Foul Play will KO the Trevenant, but they have to take care of this Toxapex first. We get to the Sludge Wave and KO the Shiftry for the win. Hopping into the next match here, we're met with our Dream Lead. Azumarill has nowhere to go. A Water Fairy against a Water Poison. Bubble, Ice Beam, Play Rough, Hydro Pump, everything is resisted against the Toxapex. We get to our Sludge Wave before they get to their move, and this will do massive super effective if they let it go through, which they do, and it almost KOs the Azumarill. So Azumarill is pretty tanky, probably a high rated one. They're going to go for the harder hitting move of Hydro Pump. We resist that and Poison Jab down. They stayed in, so they're probably ABA weak. But here comes the Venusaur, and that match could go either way, but we're not that healthy, so I'm going to pivot into Trevenant, and we're met with the Talonflame. Very unfortunate for us, but they took a while to swap out, so we're able to get to a Shadow Ball and a half, and guarantee a shield. The Shadow Ball will be getting massive neutral damage to the Talonflame if they let it go through, which they shield, and I'm okay with shielding here in kind, because I just made it to the second Shadow Ball, and I can get the second shield. And I'm okay with going down here, because at least we've gotten shield advantage. Shadow Ball, does get the shield from Talonflame. Now, we did have a brine stored on the Toxapex here, so we're going to go ahead and throw it and let another Incinerate go through. It's okay because it's resisted, and brine just about KOs, but does not. That's why brine is kind of a bad move. However, is this the Brave Bird? But it's just a flame charge that we resist when we snipe with the Tropius and save Toxapex for a swap later potentially. The Venusaur did build up enough energy, so they're going to go ahead and throw the Sludge Bomb, but it does over half health the Tropius, but Tropius is tanky enough that we survive. Almost making it to the Aerial Ace there, and I think that Air Slash that we got through will make it. They only made it to a Frenzy Plant, and we shield, and this Aerial Ace will be taking care of the Venusaur. Tropius taking the win and the 5-0. So those were my Color Cup team battles. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. It really helps me out. So thank you everyone for watching. I've been Arbor Andy and I'll see you buds in the next one.